Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles celebrated their Super Bowl victory at the White House, but not without some very noticeable absences and even a little controversy, as some people say. About half the team, including Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts, star receivers A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, and several defensive leaders, as you can see here pictured on the screen, chose not to attend. Meanwhile, Saquon Barkley, who played a record-breaking season for the Eagles, was front and center. Barkley spent the day before golfing with President Trump and even catching a ride on Trump's fancy schmancy little helicopter, as you can see here. Facing backlash online, Saquon defended his decision, posting on social media that he simply respects the office, reminding fans that he also golfed once with President Obama. Now, Hurts had been asked about attending the White House just days before, and let's just say the answer that he gave didn't leave much, to the imagination.
Are you planning on visiting the White House next week?
Got it.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
Didn't even have to say a word.
What a waste of a question.
Just pissed him off. During the ceremony, Trump praised Saquon extensively, calling him a quote-unquote great young guy, and even taking a not-so-subtle shot at the Giants for letting him leave. As for the players who didn't attend, Trump mentioned Hurts briefly, offering a quick compliment before moving on, and even managed to toss some shade at Taylor Swift, who rooted for the Chiefs at the Super Bowl. So here's where it gets layered. Was it more divisive for Saquon Barkley to go all in, not showing up but golfing, flying on Air Force One, posting online, or for Jalen Hurts to quietly back out and let his absence speak volumes? Because in today's world, silence is definitely a statement. So also is, though, proximity to power. So let's get into it. Who really sent the louder message here, Saquon or Jalen Hurts?
Can I just say that as the resident Cowboys fan, this makes me so happy. I love how divisive the city of Philadelphia is right now. Like during the parade, they literally were baking cookies and cakes for each other and hugging each other, and they were so positive. And now they on social media calling each other jigaboos and tap dancers or whatever. I love it. This is so much fun for me. Like I am truly enjoying this. To answer your question, I think that Saquon actually is the one who is sending the louder message, because like you did it. And it's not a problem that you did it. If you want to go to visit the president, you want to visit the president. The issue is when you then turn around and say, like, y'all can't put politics in it. And then the people who are defending him are like, you can't police this man's politics, this, that, and the third. You kind of can. And like, it is a political thing. You did decide to go visit Donald Trump, who is the president of the United States. Like, you can't remove politics out of that. Like, you just cannot do it. And this ain't like, I don't know. I'm trying to blank. What Republicans ain't had no good people in office in quite some time. But this ain't like George Bush. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you went to go see George Bush. Like you're going to see Donald Trump. And I do know when George Bush was in office, he was a little controversial too. But like nowhere near
very controversial. Remember Kanye said the whole thing about him not liking black people.
But nowhere near the level of Donald Trump.
Right.
So it's kind of one of those things where, like, if people went to go see George Bush or whatever, it's like, I don't know if it would be that big of a deal, to be honest with you. If I'm not mistaken, I think.
But this isn't George Bush.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, it's not a George Bush type of situation. So, like, you go in there and posing with Donald Trump and doing all this stuff and even issuing the statement, I think it's garbage. Now, I will say, if I'm taking a step back and being completely honest with you, I am so happy that the Cowboys did not win the Super Bowl, because if they did, the entire staff would have been at the White House. Everybody, like
100%. Ty, who made the louder statement?
I
I mean, the loudest person made the loudest statement, didn't he? Well, he was quite loud with his words and actions and tweets and everything else.
But sometimes actions speak louder than words. You don't think so in this case?
No.
Okay.
I think his
actions and his words
made
spoke.
everyone's got everyone's attention. So that's what spoke the loudest. What got everyone's attention? The Jalen's silence and his little eye roll, and not showing up, or all this. He did a lot there. I mean, I'm not upset like other people are. Like I honestly, I'm just like one of those people where I just don't care about that. Like, I just don't care that you did that. Like you did a lot there. I understand. Like people are very upset about it, but I personally am not. And it's just like whatever. That's what you wanted to do. I think both people had the right to choose how they wanted to go about the situation. He decided to go all in and do all that. And yeah, we respect it.
Levi, as someone who's been a fan of NFC East teams one way or the other for a few years,
I like that.
You've had Saquon in your division since he's been in the NFL, right? So he spoke out previously back in 2020 about the need to eradicate racism and how he kind of spoke against Trump. He didn't say Trump's name, but he spoke up against the things that everyone was protesting about. Do you see this as a backtracking on that, looking back now in 2025?
I really don't hold too much weight into him going because I didn't expect anything less from him. He's a Penn State guy. He's from like Bethlehem, PA. He's one of those brothers. So
his name's
I already
Saquon.
know what to expect.
But his name's
But he's
Saquon.
still one of those brothers. They misnamed him. He should have been Trevor. He could have been Trevor.
He could have been Trevor. Okay.
Well, you ever get to look at his parents? His parents don't know the name Trevor. His parents, I guarantee his parents were not invited to the White House. And I saw the family tree. I said, good God, dang, that's the mom
Hold
and the dad.
up. What's his family like? What do you mean?
Oh, the mom and the dad ain't going to the White House. If they did, they probably
GAs?
stole them out of there.
We GAs over there?
Ooh, they GAs hard. Like,
Sometimes this is a method. You can get, maybe his politics, getting to know Donald Trump will get in Donald Trump's ear. Maybe he'll pull a Kim Kardashian, like, hey.
When has that ever worked, Ty?
Kim wanted them to get the Menendez brothers out of jail, and they still in jail. So I don't know what Kim was doing.
Listen, y'all. This guy was drinking from strangers at the parade. We can't expect too much out of him. We can't. Just let him be who he is. Let him run that ball, and that's it.
And after the Super Bowl, he did attend the Barstool party, apparently in Philly, which was rumored to be, the enemy's territory in some respects. And he was the only Eagles player up there singing Meek Mill's "Dreams and Nightmares," with a bunch of white people. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with collaborating and partying with white people, but it just seems very weird. He's very comfortable, and he's comfortable with it. But like you said, with Bethlehem, PA, and Penn State, you will get a lot of that.
Though. That's
that's because you're from, you went to Penn State. So
so we're not going to Penn State.
I'm calling it like I see it. I've been up Penn State. My cousin went to Penn State. I spent a lot of time at Penn State. Calling it like I see it.
You spent a lot of time at State College, PA?
I spent a lot of time up there. Every semester I was up there while she was in school.
Well, let's just not pretend like Westchester's not on the same level as Penn State. It's about the same.
No, I wouldn't say Penn State's definitely on a supercharge compared to Westchester, but Westchester is like the same too as well. Those brothers, that's what I'm saying. I know those type of brothers. That's why I said I didn't expect anything different from them.
There.
All right, well,
wait, before we move, if BroTalk Live was invited to the White House, who do you think would go? Who do you think would not go?
All right, say that again.
If BroTalk Live, the cast, us four, were invited to the White House, who would go and who would not go?
I mean, I'd hope none of us would go.
Well, I know one of us is going. I know.
Oh, you?
You know I'm at the White House.
What are you going to do at the White House?
Troll.
He just want to
get some attention.
You want to shake hands with Hitler?
I'm going too. It'd be me and Dex going.
Why are y'all going?
Get stuff around.
Oh, we go. Why wouldn't we?
Why would you? For what?
I'd be in the White House. Like, I'm not.
What will you get out of it?
I was like, I'm not trying to.
I wouldn't mind. To be honest with you, it's going to sound crazy. I wouldn't mind meeting Donald Trump. I would like to meet him.
Ty's one of those brothers.
To meet him?
Ty is one of those.
Donald Trump is one of the most interesting people that's ever lived. I would like
what
to
are
meet
you
him.
talking about?
Like
What's
that
interesting
level
about him?
of
That he's crazy and that people adore him?
That level of like Donald Trumpness, like you wouldn't talk to him.
No,
I would be
I
so
don't think
interested.
he's interesting. I think that what he's convinced people of and how he's gone about it is interesting. But him as a person, I don't think he's interesting at all. What's interesting about him?
I mean, he's a person.
Well, I'll let you know when I leave the White House.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Dex gonna get kicked out.
I know without all the pomp and circumstance, he's just like a crazy old man.
Oh, you sound like Bill
Michael.
Maher. My God, please don't.
Do I really?
Yes, you do. You do.
That's terrible. I used to watch this
He
show.
said, "Oh, I met Bill." Bill Maher said, "Oh, I met Trump, and he's really not that bad when he's not in front of the cameras. He's a nice guy. He's really friendly to me. Like, come
He's
on."
the same way, but off the camera that he is in front of it.
And it doesn't
I was gonna
excuse
say-
the fact that he's ruining the country.
Yeah,
when he is
I
on
want him
camera.
to stop doing that. And I feel like me talking to him, like, do you realize you're ruining people's lives, right?
You think you are going to be the one that convinces Donald Trump and saves the country?
Why not me?
Yeah, why not? I can tell you why. I can tell you a few reasons why.
I can think of one
That
reason.
skin. I can tell you why.